What's going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue. Happy Memorial Day. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. I don't think I've seen you guys since the Snyder Cut reaction video I put out on Wednesday, and I apologize, it's been so long. It's been a really busy week, but there's also been a lot to come out, and I think we have to do a debriefing on all of the information that has come out. We're going to be talking about Zack Snyder's tweets and, cryptic tweets, tweets from actors, reactions, photos that have come out since the announcement, and there's a lot to talk about, and I'm going to get to maybe some of your comments too, possibly. So let's get into it. But before I start off with the first real topic, I do want to say there are still people out there that are not willing to accept the fact they were wrong, right? I don't know if you guys follow these people, but thankfully a lot of the internet is calling them out on it. People like Jody's Corner. I don't really follow him because I don't like his takes on things. Especially, I don't like what he's doing right now. He has this whole hashtag reject the Snyder cult thing going on. He's trying to sell t-shirts. He just can't take the L. It's unfortunate, but that's why I don't follow people like that. I've seen people react to people like him, and there are more. There's Andy Signor or something like that who's putting out all these things. They just can't take the L. It's unfortunate. But for those of you that have come to reality, grips with reality, I should say, welcome in. We're all excited for the Snyder Cut. There's a lot of things to come out since then. So first of all, let's go ahead and talk about what Zack Snyder's doing right here. So he replied to a fan. Currently, he is working on a trailer for the Justice League cut. So there's a lot of exciting things about what might be in that trailer, what kind of new footage we're gonna get, because there's a lot of questions yet to be answered. How this movie's actually going to be put out? Is it going to be a long, an extended cut of, like a super extended cut of the movie, or is it going to be like a mini-series style? The question is whether are we going to get multiple trailers or just one trailer for the entire movie? I don't know, but he's working on a trailer right now, which is really, really exciting. Since I don't know if this came out before the announcement, I think it did, but I haven't talked about this. He put out he put out a color image. This came out since his reaction or his announcement of the Zack Snyder's Justice League on HBO Max. Put out a colored image of Ryan Choi from Justice League. Obviously Ryan Choi is someone that was teased in his cut of the movie, got cut out of the Joss Whedon version of the movie. But as we can see here, we are going to get introduced to a version of a future Adam. Now, where is Ray Palmer in all of this? Is he even alive at this point? Who knows? Maybe he's trapped in miniature Adam form, and we don't know where he is at the moment. But we get Ryan Choi in the movie, which is all really cool. Of course, there's going to be a lot of deep cuts that I'm sure we're going to get in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I think he put out a black and white version before he announced the cut, and he put out a colored version since announcing the cut. So this is all cool. If you guys got any theories of where Ray Palmer might be in all of this, does he just not exist in Zack Snyder's universe right now? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's see, what else do we got? Okay, so this is a cool one. We have Justice League star Harry Lennox, who obviously played General Swanwick, but has been teased since then to be actually Martian Manhunter via storyboards that Zack Snyder drew, and this is all stuff that we found out before Zack Snyder announced his cut of Justice League. But Harry Lennox, the actor, went on to Twitter and reacted to Zack Snyder's announcement, which is super cool. So he says, Justice League and the Snyder cut, things don't just happen, things happen just. Someone replied to him with a storyboard of Martian Manhunter that Zack Snyder actually drew, and he replied with a winky face, which is funny. But the cooler part of this is that Zack Snyder, he actually reacted to this on Vero, and he captioned "watching over them all." So as you can see right there, Zack Snyder, heavily active on Vero. I'm not sure if things don't just happen, things happen just. Is that actually a quote from one of Martian Manhunter's phrases in the comics or anything? If you do know, let me know. But I'm curious to understand how he is going to be involved in all of this, right? So, I don't know if Zack Snyder is going to get to do any extra shooting with Harry Lennox. I imagine he's going to come in and do some because, Zack Snyder said he wanted to complete that scene, and I don't know if he had filmed it yet. I don't think he had filmed it yet. But I'm really curious to see how possibly General Swanwick or / Martian Manhunter could be involved in this movie. And I have a theory of how he can be put into the movie with minimal, work to be done, I guess, or a minimal amount of money to be spent for including him in the movie. And my theory is that with Zack Snyder says watching over them all, in the comics, you get Martian Manhunter, who sometimes kind of bridges the minds of all of the Justice League members, allows them to communicate through him with each other. And I'm wondering if that's how possibly they're going to be united, and how they take maybe Steppenwolf down in the movie. Is that how they are able to work as a team? Are they communicating through Martian Manhunter? Or if that wasn't the case, could it be the case now? But that's the only way I can think of that he might be involved or heavily involved in this movie. And if Zack Snyder is going to go out of his way to do some reshoots, I imagine that he's going to want to really get Martian Manhunter involved. Let me know what you guys think about that. Or do you have a better idea of how Harry Lennox, Martian Manhunter, could be involved in this movie? I'm just really excited that that he seems really stoked to come back and be a part of this thing. Fat Man on Batman, Kevin Smith, and I forget what the other guy's name is. Mark Riley, is that his name? But they have a show, Fat Man on Batman, or Fat Man Forever. I can't remember if he changed his name, but Kevin Smith, we all know Kevin Smith. He had a video of Ben Affleck kind of reacting to Zack Snyder's Justice League announcement, and it was really cool to see what he had to say. I'm gonna go ahead and read it to you right here. I'll play the video if I can get the audio right now, but here's what he had to say. I just want to say, I'm sorry I couldn't make it on there live, but I'm very excited that Zack is getting a chance to finally see his vision realized. I think it's a great thing. I'm really excited for the fans to get to see it, and I want to say thank you to the fans because it was their enthusiasm and their passion that made this happen. Without the fan support, I don't think it would have happened. But I love Zack, and I love his version of the movie, and I look forward to everyone getting a chance to see it. And I'm reading that in kind of the tone in which Ben Affleck actually said the message. He didn't see crazy enthusiastic, but I think that's just kind of Ben Affleck's demeanor sometimes. But he is looking really healthy, which is all good. Is there any chance of him coming back to shoot any extra scenes? I don't think so. Possibly some voiceover work, but would I be stoked to see him come back into the suit one more time? Hell yes, I would. I hope he does. There were some rumors that he is going to... He's going to possibly replace Robert Pattinson because WB says Robert Pattinson isn't working out. Again, I did a video on that already. Do I think that any of that has any merit or carry any weight? No, I don't. I don't think he's back. I think he's just supporting Zack Snyder as a friend and a fellow director. And I think he genuinely is excited to see Zack Snyder's vision realized because I think Ben Affleck was more on the side and he had more fond memories of working with Zack Snyder on BVS than working on Justice League, which was a chaotic mess. And obviously, I don't think he agreed with Joss Whedon and where he took the character. So, really cool to see Ben Affleck come out and say that. And he seems really genuine this time. Darkseid actor, voice actor, and I think motion actor Ray Porter teases his role in the Zack Snyder cut since the announcement. Here's kind of what he had to say about it in an interview. I think he was on a podcast with someone, but Lightcast podcast. Here's what he said. I definitely knew that I was part of something enormous, but the way Zack works and the general attitude of everybody who's worked with him so closely for many years is really, really positive. It was a very kind, friendly, happy set, and great work was getting done. It felt really good. It felt really great. I will say the Lycra mocap suit didn't feel great. Kieran Hines and I both look odd in our Lycra mocap suits, laughs. And Kieran Hines, of course, plays Steppenwolf. And we did not get to see Steppenwolf in his full glory the way Zack Snyder had envisioned the character because there was a lot of scenes cut out, and Kieran Hines even said he was disappointed with what he saw in the past. So what he says here is that they were both in mocap suits doing their own acting. So Darkseid was, Ray Porter was actually doing his own acting, and I think he's only known for his voice acting. So it's really cool to see Zack give him a chance at this stuff. Because if you think people like Andy Serkis, I don't think if he would, like Andy Serkis, who's a great, who's actually in his own as a director now, and he's an incredible actor. What if he never got his shot at Gollum? I don't think I've ever heard of Andy Serkis before he played the role of Gollum. So it's cool that he gives people a shot like this. You never know where they're going to take their careers afterwards. So there's some of the things that Ray Porter had to say. Obviously, the Lighthouse podcast was probably a lot longer. I advise you guys check it out if you wanted to see more of that. Shout out to them. But yeah, that's something that was really cool to see. Ray Porter, I know we're gonna get more of him in the Zack Snyder's Justice League. So in my last video, I did ask you guys, what were you guys most excited about to come out of this Zack Snyder's Justice League movie? And one of you guys, MGS Big Boss, shout out to you, MGS Big Boss 77, you actually laid down a whole list of what you're excited about. So I thought I'd share that here because I thought you made an awesome list, and you know, I couldn't agree more. So let me just read it off to you guys. So he says, what am I most excited for in Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League? My top dozen or so picks. He says, 1, Tomar Ray and Kilowog meeting Bruce Wayne at his lake house by the end of the movie. Yeah, we've definitely heard of that. He says, Deathstroke busting Lex Luthor out of Blackgate / Arkham Asylum. And that's one thing I forgot to mention. Deathstroke actor Joe Manganiello actually tweeted in response to Zack Snyder's Justice League announcement saying, the original cut that Zack shot, and then I think he put an emoji or something to that effect. So there's more of Deathstroke to be seen, and it looked, and if I remember correctly, like MGS Big Boss points out, it's him busting Lex Luthor out of Arkham Asylum. So, or was it Blackgate? So that's super exciting. Joe Manganiello definitely got shafted. It sucks. So 3, Cyborg's backstory. We know he's the heart of the movie. 4, full history lesson with Uxas, Young Darkseid. I don't know, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Where the old gods, 2 Green Lanterns, Amazonians, and Atlanteans all converse with one another during the battle. 5, the League versus Steppenwolf, the brutal uncut version, according to Justice League stuntman in the video clip. Yes, super excited about that. 6, Black Suit Superman versus Steppenwolf, where Superman, according to the artist Jay Oliva, was said to be unhinged and mad. Yes, I'm super excited for that. 8, Junkie XL score. Yes. 9. Sorry, I can only agree with these things. 9, Cyborg showing the League and Wayne Aerospace hangar, not the Batcave, the sequence and finding the mother box via hologram during World War II. 10, an Amazonian warrior killing herself to stop the transformation into a parademon, which was said to be an R-rated and graphic during Steppenwolf's invasion of Themyscira. 11, Volko meeting Arthur after Steppenwolf's attack on Atlantis for the mother box. We do know Volko was in there more. 12, Wonder Woman decapitating Steppenwolf. Yes. Baker's Dozen. 13, the League seeing Darkseid's elite in the boom tube behind the boss, and Steppy head rolls into Nephew's foot. Seeing Grail, Granny Goodness, Desaad, the Furies, Killaback, Kanto, Brola, and Gordon Godfrey would make any Jack Kirby New Gods fans seriously wet themselves hard and then some. And fan and audiences see that way more is to come in spades. And he also talks about the Martian Manhunter scene. It's a long comment. Shout out to you, MGS Big Boss, for listing that for all of us, because I'm sure a lot of us forgot that some of those things were in there, and I would have forgot about the Deathstroke thing towards the end if you didn't mention it. So shout out to you guys, you MGS Big Boss. So it looks like in this video, it's about 15 minutes, I didn't get enough time to talk about the Ayer cut. So stay tuned for my video later today in which we talk a little bit more about the Ayer cut and some more about Robert Pattinson's Batman and the updates in regards to the Batman that's coming out in 2021, October, because we didn't have enough time to talk about it in this video. So if you guys did enjoy this, if you guys are new to the channel, please give it a like, please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.